Good evening, everybody. This is Miss Shirley, the OG Gardener, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. Thank you for coming in early tonight, Psalms 146. Good evening, everybody. Uh-oh. This is Miss Shirley, the OG Got to turn my sound down. I thought I turned my phone off. I guess not. If you're watching the replay, just ignore it, okay? And thank you for stopping by and showing me that you like me just a little bit is greatly appreciated. And also hit that notification bell, ding, so that you'll be notified of any new videos I may upload. So it's been a warm day here today. It got up to like 82. It was a little muggy. It's still kind of warm. It's 79 now. I got my fan going to keep some air circulation. Got the doors and windows open because I like fresh air. I don't always like air conditioning. If it ain't piping hot and sizzling like it is in Texas and Georgia and what have you, Arizona, I'm good. I can handle a little heat because in a minute it's going to be cold and snow here. So I'm trying to suck up all the vitamin D I can before that disappears because they talked about winter coming early in Northeast Ohio per the Farmer's Almanac, and we'll see, you know, one day at a time. Laura's Garden, good evening. Thank you so much for stopping in. Joshua Gabriel, glad to see you here. I appreciate you. Yeah. I'm gonna wait on some more folks to show up this evening before I go into our topic for the night. But for the ones who might be thinking about it, the topic this evening is the way of constant recalls on food, cars, over the counter drugs, etc. How are you dealing with it? And what do you foresee your future generations? How are they going to eat and supply themselves as well? Yeah. I actually was dropping some more seeds today. I was going to put some assorted lettuce in a window box, but instead I decided to put some Georgia collards. I had not taken the seeds out with me. I found my champion collards, my vat collards. I think I had some other collards that I don't remember, but I didn't have Georgia collards. So today I planted some Georgia collards. So hope to see those soon. The seedlings, real quick. I was laughing at 10 earlier when she was in G Quad's chat talking about she had planted some seeds and was watching them every day. They finally popped up like as if they heard her coming out there checking on. So I'm feeling the same way about these collards. Yeah, Psalms. Yeah, it's called Recall Roulette. Yeah, it's a shot in the dark, when you go out here and buy food nowadays. Mike, you and your squirrels. That squirrel had his tail all up in that water bowl, holding on, trying to get them seeds and stuff out that bird feeder. That was hilarious. Serena Norel, good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Hey, cousin. Glad you were able to come this way. Wanda Carjos, nice to see you again. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're back. Yeah, it's frustrating to see all of these recalls. Yeah, because sometimes you have actually purchased those items, might might not have as yet to indulge in it, whether it might be apple juice or chips or eggs or whatever, but you might have these things in your home and you need to go check to make sure that they're safe to eat or drink or whatever the case may be. Because I know a couple recalls came after I had purchased those same items that was on recall, and I did partake of them. Fortunately, I didn't have any side effects or anything from them, but that could have been bad. A lot of times recalls come out after people then purchased stuff and had it for maybe a day or two or even a week before they let you know that no, don't touch that or return it back to the store. And sometimes you don't always have the receipt. Mike said, I'm buying a lot less because of recalls. Yeah, yeah. Which flower requires eye protection to look at sunflowers. That's cute, Mike. Serena. Oh, Cassandra, South Fulton Garden. Good evening. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for stopping in. And this is why we encourage to grow so much of our own, even fruit trees, because on they had that big recall on apple juice. Well, if you're growing your own apples, you can make your own apple juice, apple sauce, apple butter, apple whatever. And there's always recalls on lettuce, so listeria. So it's best to grow your own. Hey, Bayou Sugar. How are you, sweetie? Just in the bushes while driving to work. Ooh, girl, you finna do them 12s? Ah, our friend, he does 416s. He called me in the morning and I talked to him to keep him wait till he get home. Yeah. He goes in at 3 in the afternoon and get off at 7:30 the next day. He get ready to change his schedule because he's a CT now, but he's going get ready to start school to be an LPN. Homestead nurse. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for coming in early tonight. I appreciate you. Mike said, funny thing is the squirrel had exact same seeds in the tray. He was being extra for no reason. He was just greedy. That's all. You know how they said the food, when your kids look at your plate, they think the food in your plate, it tastes better than what's in theirs. And it's the same exact thing. Yeah, his eyes was bigger than his stomach. But I mean, he was hanging in that bowl. His tail was drenched. It was all soft and soggy. I was cracking up at him. I was like, now this is what you call want your cake and eat it too. He wanted what was in the bowl and in the bird feeder. It was funny. I sat and watched the whole thing. It was hilarious. Mike, you and your squirrels. You need to have a circus. Your own little circus of squirrels, because you definitely got a class act there. You definitely got a class act. Bayou, she's driving to work, so she can't really get into the question. But I know with all these recalls in there's been a lot more cases of food poisoning going up. And it's not just in people of our age and younger, but you feeding apple juice to your kids, babies, that's scary because our system might be a little tougher and can handle a lot of that stuff, whereas they might end up in the hospital, because their little systems can't take that type of bacteria in their system. And if they have a weak immune system, if they have some kind of ailment that can really be dangerous for that child, that individual, and it might even mess with some people's medications. You don't know. So yeah, it's scary. Serena says, Mike, he was being extra, but for no reason. Yeah. Hey, Backyard Garden Flo. Thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love watching Mike and his squirrels. Yeah, they funny. And Mike feed right into it. He gets them a platform to cut up on. So it's for his visiting pleasure as well. Oh, girl, dad cooking up deliciousness. How are you this evening, sweetie? How are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. CC, what's up? I was watching you put that greenhouse together. CC, I almost bought one from Temu. I'm right behind you, on the Temu tip. Mine would have been $54. I didn't get it because I actually really want a glass greenhouse or either with the poly panels like Gina has. Because to me, I think those, you got them high winds, girl. You need to put some strapping on it to strap it down. Because with them high winds you had there, your greenhouse liable to be in the next neighborhood. Because I didn't see the torrential rains and stuff you have. Mike says, yes, our children and elderly suffer the most from these recalls. Yeah, because their systems is either too old and can't take it or too young and not used to it. and their systems don't know how to break that stuff down and assimilate it to just, go through their system without having some kind of severe side effects. And that's what's scary about it. Is Grammy's journal in here and I missed her? And I see people saying hello. Oh, there you go, Grannies. What's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I've been missing you, Granny. You okay, huh? I haven't seen you that much in a lot of lives. You pop up every now and then. Just want to know, are you all right? That's all I want to know. Are you all right? CC, what do you think about these recalls? Who was that was really throwing them out there for a minute there? Georgia Peachnut. Looked like she was every other day or doing, that breaking news thing where she was coming in with all these different recalls. And I know you got grandchildren too that you like to watch, and you got to be careful about what you give your grandkids. Let me know what you think. Yeah, these recalls ain't no joke. They got you kind of scared on what you gonna buy. I'm gonna drop my link just in case someone wants to come up and let us know what do they think about these recalls. And it's not just food, it's medicine, which is super dangerous. One time they had a thing where people were poisoning certain medicines and putting them back on the shelf, and people were actually dying, not getting sick, but dying because of some of these sick people's ideas of being revengeful. Serena says the butterfly bush I ordered just arrived today from Home Depot. What are soil requirement and will it make it through the winter if I plant it in the ground now? It might, but if you put it in the ground before you have your first hard frost or snow, if you get it, to put a lot of wood chips and leaves around it, kind of build it up to keep the soil from totally freezing around it. Uh, it still might be a little warm in your territory enough for it to get rooted. I have butterfly bushes. I have two. Well, I got more than two. I got about 10 or 15 of them because they keep dropping seeds and multiplying all over the yard, front and back. I have a white one and I have a purple one. They're called buttlias, better known as the butterfly bush. They're pretty hardy. They're perennials. So if you get it in the ground now, keep it watered. Don't over fertilize it. Let the roots get a chance to acclimate itself to the soil and mulch it real good come wintertime. I think it might make it. It might die all the way back, but it might also come back little by little. So, you know, Granny said, yes, I'm having trouble with my legs and have to go to work. So I get home, do what I gotta do, then go to bed early. Okay, I understand. You ain't got to explain to me. I gotta have this right knee total replaced. I either have it in December or January, then I gotta have the left knee done, and I'll have it in the fall of next year. So believe me, I know. They have recall on eggs, Milo egg, and Tony egg. Mm, okay. Well, I get my eggs from my stepdaughter. She got chickens, so she sends me at least 1 or 2 dozen of eggs. So I'm good on the egg thing. I know what she feeds her chickens, and I have yet to be sick, so I'm good on that. Cece said it depends on what the recall is. If it's peanut allergy or bug legs in salads, I'm good. Oh, I hear you on that one. Yeah, when you see some extra in there, you don't know roach or whatever. Look, a little extra flavor, a little something, something in your salad. I understand, CC. We'll take it. Yeah. Some said that lady that had laced amphetamines with arsenic had did it to cover up taking out her husband for the insurance money. Oh wow. So she killed a lot of innocent people to cover her behind for committing murder. But she went from murdering her husband to actually what do you call it? A mass murder. Yeah. Quite sure she got life. But thank you for asking. I appreciate you, Miss Shirley. Hey, I appreciate you coming into my live, even though you have been under the weather and working and what have you. I know what it's like. I'm retired now. And I was working anywhere from 12 to 16 hours working at a hospital. So believe me, I know it's been days where people say, oh, this was a beautiful day today. I didn't miss the whole day. I'm in the bed sleep. Okay. I'm tired because I'm going to get less than 8 hours worth of sleep before I have to get back up, shower, put on fresh uniform, and go back to work and do another anywhere from 12 to 16-hour night. So believe me, I understand. You do not have to explain to me. Been there, done that. I just say I've done my time. I'm retired, and I love every bit of my retirement. I might want to work a little part-time job, make a little extra pocket change, but other than that, I don't have to punch anybody's clock. Cassandra says there have also been recalls of saline solution, medicines, and medical equipment in medical institutions that is not widely known. Oh yeah, they're not gonna tell you everything. Recall on top Roman too. Got a few kids got real sick. Oh my goodness, on Roman noodles? I keep those. Those my backup. Yeah, now that's scary. Cause I do keep those noodles in the house as backup. On days I really don't want to cook, I can make me a bowl of noodles and add some dressing or some eggs in it and dress it up. Serena said I saw a video on Facebook of people doing rotisserie rats in New York City. Hey, down in New Orleans, they got the what they call them nutrient nutria rats. So they've been eating them. Probably fake Serena, like pizza rat. No telling. There's so much stuff that's happening out here. Half the time, you're not sure what is real and what isn't. Yeah. Psalms 146 says, these recalls are discouraging because I wanted to incorporate more raw items into my diet through smoothies. The gardens in our neighborhood did very poorly, and indoors I had aphids and spider mites. Ouch. Yeah, that would kind of put a dent in it somewhat. Um, I've been thankful that my girlfriend and we've been hitting the farmers market kind of tough. Excuse me, if anybody got a chance to see the video I did on the farmers market, there's more than just Adam's booth. There's quite a few booths on the inside. He was on the outside, and they have some pretty fresh produce. And I have yet to get sick, and I've been quite happy with what I get. Stuff that I haven't grown or stuff that the deer has eaten. I've been getting a lot of okra from my farmer's market because the deer went through my okra. I've been getting butternut squash and acorn squash and yellow crook squash because I do love squash. And what else I've been getting? I've been getting green tomatoes so I can have fried green tomatoes. I've gotten a few leisure peppers. One guy had leisure peppers and red okra, so I got a chance to taste a lot of things. And I've been taking the seeds out and saving them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I do keep Roman as a backup. Hey, the retired garden journey. Where you been? I haven't seen you that much either. You've been popping in and out here and there. I'm doing much better. I had my girlfriend's memorial this past Saturday. I've known her since I was 13, and she knew she was dying. She had cancer, and she gave a real good witness to all her friends and family before she left out of here. So I'm hoping to see her in the resurrection. Yeah. And actually, I have on her hat. For the next couple of months, you will see me with a different hat. She actually left me a collection of her hats because we both love hats, and you guys have seen me in hats. And every time we hook up to go to our Bible meetings during the week, we both have hats on. So her sister bought me a selection of what she left to me. So, and unfortunately, she got a small head like me, so the hat fits rather nicely. So you will be seeing a collection of the hats she left me as the weeks and months go by. The retired gardener Journey says, my son's family was threatened with fire in southern Los Angeles. My other son just got out of the hospital. Ooh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope everybody is doing better now. Glad to see you're able to come into the chats. And I'll, you know, can we have your son, both of your sons' names, so we can, I can pray and call them by name? It would be greatly appreciated. So others can do as well. Serena says, my Alicia peppers plant has 6 peppers growing on it, and my bell pepper plant in the green stalk finally has bell pepper growing on it. Okay, all right. My plants in my green stalk is getting a little bigger, and I've been trying to separate them so to give them room to spread out. Jeanette Cruz in Homestead, hadn't seen you for a minute either. How you doing? How are you and your husband doing? Glad to see you made it into the chat tonight. The retired gardener said, I have been praying like crazy over several things, including this election. We're not gonna get into that election, but I understand your family. That's something close, near and dear to you. You got control of your family. That election is a whole different story. Hey, the educated natural, how are you? Girl, you had me laughing so hard early today. Talked about watching them seeds. It's not like they jacking the beanstalk. As soon as the water hit them, they start shooting. You got to give them a minute to acclimate to the soil, absorb some of the water before they can germinate. I bet just as bad because I didn't plant at these Georgia collards, and I'm gonna be like that too. I'll be sitting right there looking at it every day. I'm gonna go out there, be doing the same thing. So I feel you, educated natural. I do, I do, I do. Wellness for frugal mama. How are you out there putting in that time, girl? I be sitting sometimes. I watch you in the morning. I don't always say something, but I make sure I hit that like button so that you can get that credit for that. But I be sitting here sometimes and I be like, ah, yeah. I got some weights right here, Frugal Mama. If I'm gonna sit, these are a little heavy. They got a little weight to them. And sometimes I take these because I lost this weight unexpectedly and fast. And I got all this extra skin here and there. I'm a little crinkly and I need to kind of tone this stuff because I don't know how soon it's going to be before I can pick this weight back up to kind of fill up all the jowls and the underarms and thighs and stuff. But we'll see. Everybody say hello to one another. Educated Natural, what do you think about the question for tonight? The way of constant recalls on food, on cars, on over the counter drugs. What's your opinion? I know my girlfriend had to take her, she had a brand new car. She had so much stuff going wrong with it, they actually had to tow it back to the dealership. They gave her a new car because everything she said was wrong with it was wrong with it. And some of it was a few recalls on parts. And she hadn't received a letter in regards to that. So yeah, they had to give her a new car from the new car. You know that's bad. Jeanette Cruz said, we're doing fine. My ALC is down to 6.7 and I lost 20 pounds. My doctor is glad. That's good news. Thank you very much. Yeah. Serena's asking, anyone here from the region of Arkansas to Florida impacted by Hurricane Francine? Tina, Miss Linda, she did a video. I was just watching that too long ago. It took out her plantains. She was she was fussing about Francine. Yeah, she's pretty upset. It did a job on yeah, those high winds snapped her bananas and plantains. I felt bad. I thought she had harvested them until I listened to it a little more. And yeah. Breeze Omega, what's up? What's up? What's up? Glad to see you stopping my way. I appreciate you. Hey. Backyard Flow, were you affected by Francine? Ah, thank you. This hat is called Phyllis. That's the name of my girlfriend who passed away. Her name was Phyllis. All my hats are named Phyllis. I have quite a few hats. And what's so ironic about it is that I've lost 3 girlfriends in the last 3 years, and all of them were hat lovers. And I have a collection of each one of them of hats. CC says, I have planted about 50 Georgia collards. Don't know where they will all go, but I'm growing them. I was watching you plant stuff. You was planting stuff in every corner and nook and cranny over there. I was saying all the new beds you done made. And CC, please be careful between your back and your leg. That's why I haven't done too many videos lately. My lower back and my sciatica said, stand up. If you can't stand up and plant stuff, it won't get planted. The retired gardener said, I may do a video next month on the results of during the farmer's walk. What is the farmer's walk? Hit me to that. Please explain. I'm not hip to the farmer's walk. Jamaica, hello, hello, hello. Girl, you tickle me sitting in your dining room up potting all your seedlings. And your chick, I heard your little chicken in the backyard, little chick. It had broke through, and then you had another one coming through. That was so cute. So you keep a supply of chickens. That's all right. Jamaica, I love when you break out in the song and then you be like, that didn't go right. You just as silly as I am. The retired guy said, I have been doing some exercise to fight osteoarthritis. That's what I have in my knee. But right now, I'm almost bone on bone. I feel every bit of it. All these recalls are due to cheap labor. Well, some of that labor has been doing that for their whole life. This is what they do for a living. But they don't provide facilities for these individuals when they're out there in the fields. When you're out planting or what they call harvesting, you don't see any outhouses out there for them to relieve themselves. So wherever they're at the time, no shame in their game, they relieve themselves. Whether it's number 1 or number 2. That's why you start having problems with all these recalls on lettuce and all this other stuff, because it passes through their system. They don't thoroughly wash all this stuff out, and it's passed on to the consumer. So yeah. Harvey Container also add video. Yeah, when I was watching G Quad today, I think she had commercials on ads popped up about 10 times. When I told, who was I talking to? When I was talking to G Quad's sister, I had only had 4 or 5. By the time her life was over, I had got up to about 10 or 11. They were popping in about sweaters and air conditioners and all kinds of ads. And that's when you said, Mike, just let them go. And I was like, okay, because I had hit the X on a couple of them. But then the rest of them, I let them. And they weren't on that long. They saw maybe a couple of seconds and then they was off. I was like, when did this start happening? Host Rachel said, Arkansas is getting a lot of rain. Okay. Jeanette Cruzen says, we've had rain today because of fire. Is that a fire? But it was not bad. It has since stopped here in Georgia. Okay. I could use some more rain. My kiddie pools had actually got full and I've been using them, but now we're going into a dry spell and my kiddie pools are getting lower and lower. Yeah, so I could use some more rain. Serena said, for those who wonder why I call you cousin, we all are related since the first man walked the earth. Okay. I always say brothers and sisters. We had rain today because of Francine, but it has stopped here in Georgia. Okay. You guys are closer to the Gulf, Mississippi, and other places where storms and tornadoes and hurricanes can travel. Up north, sometimes we don't always get that. We might sometimes get high winds, but we don't always get the rain. It's an exercise to strengthen your entire body. Hmm. Well, it's a frugal mama saying, greetings, everyone. It sounds like a Martian. Was it Robert Williams and Nanu Nanu? Educated Natural says, honestly, I just don't know what to think about all these recalls. This truly shows that it is time we, the people, start becoming as self reliant as possible, wondering what else are they not telling us? Everything. They're not telling us nothing. Are you kidding? Excuse me. Like my cousin, he worked in a slaughterhouse in Chicago. Excuse me. He became a vegetarian. He said if you seen how they slaughter these animals and what have you, you wouldn't want to eat meat again. And I can believe that. Oh, okay. Retired guy says you walk around the house with dumbbells or kettlebells. It strengthens your back and knees. Ah, hmm. I think it's this one. This is the wrist one. Yeah, it's a hole in it. My hand is small enough that I can wear it on my wrist and walk around the house. That's a good suggestion. I knew I could do it, just forgot about it. Right, educated. We only told a fraction. Oh yeah. What we know about what goes on in the food industry is little to none, to be truthful, because like they say, our food, our food from the US of A is not allowed in over 200 countries. Why is that? It's okay for us to consume it, but they don't want it in their country. So, what is it about our food that is banned in other countries? So, that right there will tell you there's a whole lot about our food, not only the way it's processed, but how it's shipped from one place to another. Because all our food don't come from the state you live in. And quiet as it's kept, a lot of our food comes from overseas, out of the country, because they stop our farmers here from producing certain crops or destroying whole crops. I don't know if it's part of price regulation or what, but as a whole, there's a lot of stuff that happens that we don't know anything about, and we probably never will find out even a third of what goes on. I mean, it's just like they said they didn't found metal shavings and wood shavings in cereal, and Something wrong with your soap, got you having eczema and breaking out for no reason at all. Something that you have been using all your life, now all of a sudden you're allergic to it. What's that all about? The retired gardener says, exactly. That is why I will continue to grow my own vegetables. Hey, Mona. Mona, Seymour gave me a squash about that big. The deer keep eating off the blossoms. They ate up the last one. It was small and tender. This one they missed because it was under some leaves. I don't know if it's gonna get big enough for me to enjoy it, but whatever size it gets to, I'ma eat it. Just because it came from you. Educated Natural says, I didn't know that my commercials had increased yesterday as well during my lives. Yeah, they've been popping up in everybody's lives. They just pop up. You don't even know they're coming. I was watching Quad today, and they just pop up when you least expect them. Yeah, so I think that's part of the AdSense in regards to commercials. I think you have to go in there and regulate how many, how often, and how long that they should last. They didn't went kind of crazy with them because before you didn't see all these ads popping up. Now they popping up like it's nobody's business. Like what's this all about? And they said we should watch them because that helps the individual channel that they pop up on. Excuse me. Laura says, due to Francine, both of my moringa trees were blown over and my roselle was leaning. I hate to hear that. I remember when Cece had her corn and the high winds came through there, all her corn was leaning over and laying down. Grammy's Journal said from 10:30 it finally cooled to 80 degrees. Oh, it's 77 here. The highest it got today was 82. See, here in Northeast Ohio, we don't get that heat like y'all get. We'll get a couple of days, or maybe even a week. But then after that, like last week, we actually had frost. It got down to 40 degrees a couple of nights. And then during the daytime, it was 50 degrees. You almost wanted to turn your heat on. You just throw the extra blanket on the bed and pulled out them hoodies. And then it went from that to a couple of days later, it got up to the 80s. So my plants don't know whether the shut down or blow up. I got figs on my Chicago fig. I don't even know if they're going to make it because they were doing real good and then they stopped because of the cold. We had too many drastic drops in temperature. We can get a 30 to 35 degree drop in less than a 24 hour. Like they said, stand in one spot in Cleveland, you can get spring, summer, winter, and fall in 24 hours. And it's the truth. Jeanette saying you can even walk around with cans of food and just our bags of rice to get where you can carry more and strengthen your muscles. Yeah, I used to walk and carry cans of tomato juice, and I will be working my arms as I walk. But now with my sciatica and my knee and my hip messed up, I can't do all that walking. I have problems just going up and down these stairs. So I had to change my way of, and I'm gonna start trying to do the chair yoga because it's less impact on my joints. The retired guardian said, in fact, even the creamers we use in our coffee is banned in the states, in other states. Yeah, because of the ingredients that we use. Mona said, thank you all for coming through. Please leave a thumbs up and show Miss Shirley that you like her just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mona. Hey, Deborah Garrett, how are you, sweetheart? How are you doing today? Glad to see you coming in. Jeanette says there is some bug or germ or some plant that we have on ours that they don't have in theirs. They might devastate the crop. Like there are things in plenty of countries that we can't have here. Well, right now we have an infestation of the lantern fly. And if you've seen a couple of my videos, you actually see me catch one in my hand by accident, and I squished it, and I've been killing them all day in the backyard. So we got an infestation. They leave a sappy, sticky stuff on all the trees and plants. So that's why I didn't plant out. I cleaned out that bed specifically to put my brassicas in the fall, and then this invasion of these bugs hit. They're a nuisance. They're everywhere, and they're big, and they charge you. They will fly into you on purpose. These bad bugs aren't scared. I don't know what kind of. They came in from another country. They hitchhike a ride into the U.S. and now they've become an issue. Tampa Creek, what's up, girl? What's up? What's up? What's up? Tampa, that night you was talking about coming on with hats and Don't Hurt the Harvest came in. She was showing her hats. Well, you know I had been sick. I'm still trying to recover. And I wanted to come up so bad, but I was so congested and I just felt so drained. I couldn't do it. I wanted to come up and show some hats, and I didn't have the energy. Water bottles are loaded with plastic. Oh yeah, everything out here is loaded with plastic. Plastic spoons, forks, knives, plates, bottles. You store your food in. Yeah, I started storing my food more so in aluminum foil, which is really not that much different than plastic, because all of it can peel off and get into your system. Yeah. Psalms 146 E's in here saying, yes, the ads have been extra busy lately and they've been cutting off when people are saying something important. Yeah. Yep, they are. And it's just out of the blue, too. Was 88 here, 83 now. Hey, that's a good thing. Y'all drop in. What's your temperature right now? What was it earlier today? And what is it now? There was an earthquake in Southern California today. Oh, 5.2, I believe. It did not impact us here in the Central Valley. Wow. I had called my girlfriend. I had a girlfriend over there. Tampa saying hello to everybody. Hey, Miss J.K. Gardner. How are you? Thank you, darling. There's more to come, quite a few. And see what I like about this hat? When it's plain like this, you can do so much with it. You can put a ribbon around it in different colors. You can put flowers on it. You can put a pin on it. You can dress it up or dress it down, stick a feather on it, put some jewels on it. You can pimp this hat out. And I got all kinds of little accessories that I could do just that. Serena is asking anyone in the chat, have anyone here or anyone you know impacted by the Hurricane Francine? And the killing part about it, I really hadn't heard that much about Francine. She kind of showed up out the blue. You'll like the chair exercise. I know, Mona. I've actually tried it before. Mike said it will have 80s for a week, so I'm happy. I might get more tomatoes, etc. before frost. It's supposed to be all 80s all this week for us too, but I pulled up all my tomato plants because the deer has eaten all my tomatoes off the plant, and there's no way that if they start back again now that they will be ready big enough for me to enjoy come next month or November. So I'm just prepping my garden for the spring, just pulling it up, cleaning it out. Jamaica says 91 degrees here in the Austin, Texas area. I got a cousin in Austin. I got to find out what part. Sifting with Soil and More says it's 84 right now. See, it's 77 here. Jeanette Cruiser says 74. Ouch, no idea what the high was. That's okay. You know what it is now. Serena said there was an earthquake where the epicenter was Malibu and could be felt up to 60 miles away. Wow. Yeah, that was a little rock and roll there for sure. PIA, passionately intrigued arts. Hello, darling. How are you? How are you this evening? Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. I just love you. Yes. 10 says, I'm ready to pull up my peppers and last tomato plant, but they are still producing. But see, mine not producing. Well, I'll put it like this. Mine were producing, but the deer felt that they needed the fruit more than I did. So I figured I'm not feeding them anymore this fall. I'd rather just go ahead and try to grow my brassicas and other little stuff. I'll be doing an update on my green stock because I have a lot more stuff that has started to germinate. I almost told you, but now I'm going to let you watch the video. Laura says in Zone 8B, Georgia has 76. Now it's 70 degrees. Oh, shoot. You guys were cooler than us. We were warmer than you. Did you know that pepper is half peas? Yeah, I think you gave us that little fun fact once before, and I do remember that. Yeah. So, back to the question of the way of constant recalls on food, cars, over-the-counter drugs, and etc. Has anyone in the chat actually had bought something that was on the recall list and went back to check to see if that was part of that list? Excuse me. And if you did find it, did you take it back to the store or did you just throw it out? Psalms 146 says, I think it was 82 today here in Chicagoland. Done pulled up my tomatoes too because it had dropped down into the 40s during the night a couple of weeks ago. See? So I'm saying between, well, you guys is pretty much in the same growth zone that we are here. So it affected us the same way. And it says during a couple of nights ago, I had thought that we got an early winter. They said it's coming. But this up and down, though, it does affect your plants. Once you get down to the 40s, your plants will actually start to shut down because they figure it's a change in the season. And then it turns around and goes back up in the 80s and 90s. And then you expect your plant to get this last, push of energy to put out new fruit. And then that only lasts a couple of days, and then bam, your temperature drops again. See, in other states where it's consistently a lot warmer and their grow months are a lot longer than ours, that's easy for you guys to drop more seeds and plant stuff now. I've been watching a few of your lives. You guys are planting cauliflower and broccoli and, you know, bok choy and all this other stuff. Whereas now it's safe for us to stick to brassicas or vegetables that might mature within the next 30 to 50 days. Because once we get our nice hard freeze, that's a wrap. Serena said, what should nighttime temperature be before planting garlic? Nighttime temperature really doesn't have a bearing on when you plant it. You just go ahead and stick it in the ground. PIA says it's 81 now. You're warmer than us. It's 77 here. I had one of them jars of peanut butter that was recalled many months ago, but just decided to cook it instead of tossing it. Didn't have a receipt for it to do a return. I find out a lot of times if it's on a recall list, they will either credit you or give you a refund. They rather give you that than you to hint give them a hospital bill. I'm in central Oklahoma. And last frost is November the 1st. So I wonder if I should wait until then to plant garlic or if I can still plant mid-October. You can plant it now. Why are you waiting? What you waiting on? The underground temperature is warm now. So go ahead and plant your garlic. It might sprout, but it's going to go into hibernation as soon as the temperature drop. And it'll be good. Garlic is pretty cold hardy. They're pretty good. If it's going to stay in the ground for the whole winter, for the next 7 to 8 months before it fully develops, you can plant your garlic now. Because I actually got garlic that I harvested, that I grew, and I'm taking that apart because some of the cloves were a little small, and I'm just re-putting them all the way around the perimeter of my garden. That way, if I plant my garden next year, I won't be interfering with the growth of it. And then I have a couple of those cement mixers that I got from the orange store that I can plant some garlic into, that they will have their own area to develop in as well. So you don't have to wait on it. Just go ahead and put it. I put a hole, put it down in there, pinch it, and keep it moving. See, what you fail to realize, Serena, plants will take care of themselves. Don't baby them. You don't have to wait for garlic. You can plant it now. True. Today I harvested my first mustard green ever. I'm ready. I gotta and hope and pray that they don't find it. I planted 2 areas of the tree collards. I went over there today. They got to the one. I had hardware plastic. They got it open and they ate everything in there. But then I got another one that's got a bigger piece of fence around it, and they haven't got to it yet. So I need to harvest it tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be there tomorrow. Hope. To me, garlic now, regardless zone to get it established. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ground is still warm. Don't sit around and wait until the ground get cold and want to stick it in there. This is some homemade wine that a friend of mine makes. It be on point. I found out I could drink at room temperature, but I found out it does taste a little better when it's chilled. PIA said, good evening to everyone she might have missed. So she missed you. She's saying, hi. Serena said, you can't grow potatoes and onions together because the onions will get in the potatoes' eyes and make them cry. Oh, okay, Serena. Oh. What is that, PA? How are you, moms? Oh, I understand. Oh, mama. I'm much better. I still congested. My face is clearing up. I had a few little fever blisters. I was sick as a dog. I hope I sound a little better. Yeah, I'm feeling better. My temperature broke. Once my temperature broke, I started feeling better. Right now, I'm just trying to build my energy back up. Mike said, I saw yesterday I got broccoli. Took so long, I thought it was collards. Yeah, the broccoli leaves are just as big, but they just as tasty. You can eat those too. I was watching Tina, Miss Linda harvest some cauliflower for Jody. And I was looking at the leaves on that cauliflower, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to take them leaves and saute them bad boys down. That was a huge cauliflower, though, like she said. Yeah, that'd take a minute to eat all that. But those leaves on that cauliflower look delicious. They look nice and full and clean. So I can see you sauteing those and eating them. Yeah. My broccoli is sprouting now. My girlfriend always, her daughter always bring me over a bag of radish leaves, the tops. And I need another piece of horseradish from her as well. Something dug up my horseradish and took it. I had put it in a spot where it could just really grow and really get in there. Our horseradish is gone. I was like, oh, somebody got a spicy palate. How about that? Serena said, what do you get when you cross a dog with a daisy? Cauliflower. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, Serena. Mike, have you ever bought any foods by mistake that was you found out later on that it was on the recall list? And it's not just foods. Like I said, you got over the counter drugs where someone put strychnine or something, or some company put the wrong medication in the wrong bottle. People took it and had side effects, may have even died from it. Darth Fest. Woof woof. Darth, you silly. You really are. Possum took my Seymour squash. Ah, the deer got mine. That's funny. A few, most I already ate by the time I learned. And see, that's what I'm saying. Recalls have yet to come out in a timely manner. 9 times out of 10, by the time a recall has come out, most people have consumed whatever it was. Some of them might have had a side effect. Some of them might have been hospitalized. You might have even had a few deaths. And even they don't let you know about that in the news right away because they don't want you to know just how serious that recall was. And that's what scares me about recalls. They come too late. They come too late. Psalms 146 says, Mike, I just got an idea. It would be super awesome if you grow this, what's that? Sabort. I don't know what that word is. Sapato giant in the hydro for the collards and cabbage challenge. Oh yeah, I saw that pop up that T-Nog. I didn't get a chance to stay and listen to the whole thing, but I saw that for a brief moment on the pop up on the collards and cabbage challenge. Yeah, I got to go back and finish watching that. Like, lucky it was like nuts, not listed. Eggs, I'm not allergic to. Yeah, yeah, that too. And our kids have food allergies that they shouldn't have based on the stuff that's in our food. When I came up as a child, I knew very few children that had peanut allergies, or allergies to too much of anything. I wasn't allergic to anything. And then as I got older, there's a lot of medications that I can't take because my body cannot take all that synthetic crap. It's not natural. It's got so much, if it's got too much synthetic stuff in it, my body will reject it or I will have a violent reaction to it. They gave me some medicine once and had me sit in the waiting room and I wasn't even out there half an hour and they had to take me in and give me an antidote because I had a violent reaction to it. My body can't take all that junk. If it ain't for real, if it's not organic, it's some kind of where my body can assimilate it, it will reject it in a heartbeat. And it's not always a pretty picture. And it pisses me off because they will ask you, are you allergic to this? And I was like, I don't know. I've never had it before. They say, are you allergic to eggs? No. Are you allergic to this? No, 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 no. Okay. And they give it to me and I have a violent reaction. Yeah. Mike says, I'm definitely going to join the hashtag collards and cabbage 2024. Okay. Dar said, I'm going to watch that too because I'm growing collards over winter. All right. Psalms 146 says, "You got to win the trophy for us Northerners." Oh, it would be nice. I would like to. I would like to do that. I think I've only got regular collards and regular cabbage, no giants. How long, Serena said, how long should it take turnips to be ready for harvest? I have some that have been in the pots since May and still don't look like they're 2 inch or bigger round. Either something wrong with those seeds or something wrong with your soil, because you should have made, I don't know, so many harvests off that by now. I can't even tell you. It shouldn't take any more than 30 to 45 days. Brassicas don't take long to grow. And if you had them since May, I would have been chucked those. Serena, Google some of this stuff. Do some research. Read a book. It'll let you know. When you have something more than 30 days and you're not seeing any type of significant growth, I do a little research, sweetheart. Mike said it should be fun. Sylvia, what's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you for stopping in. You said I'm doing the challenge also. Okay. Now, you do hydroponics, Sylvia, or you talk about like in the ground in a bucket or what? Because everybody's in different grow zones. They can still grow outside, whereas it'd be too cold for us to try that. You see those medicines ads where they say don't take if you're allergic to the drug. Yeah. How would you know if you're allergic to the drug if you never had it? Yeah. Uh, Darth says, I saw the short where T-Nogs, plantains, yeah, bananas got taken out by the hurricane. Yeah, I saw that too. And I mean, she had quite a bit of plantains and stuff. It was sad. Sylvia, I said, I have so many collards and cabbage varieties. Okay. Right now, I got an infestation also of aphids over here too. Sylvia said, I'm in 9. I grow outside. Okay. Okay. So you like T-Nog and well, it was Bayou. Bayou's no longer Louisiana. She's in Arizona now. So your weather's pretty good. So you can grow just about all year round. That's not fair. This J.K. Gardner says, oh, she's saying hello to everybody. Okay. Everybody saying hello to one another. Yeah. When you hear the challenge of collards and cabbage, you think that would be something simple, you know. It's brassicas. They like the cooler weather. But if you got a short growing season like we have here, you guys growing season might go till December. No way, Jose. Here in Ohio, we can go to December. Not unless it can grow under the snow. Oh, would like to, but hey. Jeanette Cruzen said there are other things in medicine I got or had a friend whose husband was allergic to certain things. They don't normally list if you know what all the different medicines are that you can't have. Yeah, our nurses used to catch when doctors wrote prescriptions and they said they're already taking this. This is not compatible with it, or they'll call the pharmacist and have talk to them. And it's like they can't do this. My Darth it says my indoor bananas got taken out by aphids last winter. It's okay. I'm growing more indoors this winter. All my plants go into the basement. None of them come upstairs. This year, I want to bring my Meyer lemons upstairs and put them in the dining room window. I think they might do a little better as far as the heat and sun. Bayou still in 9 in Arizona. Oh, okay. Thank you, Sylvia. I stand corrected. Thank you very much. Did not know that. I do now. Jeanette says you can talk to your doctor and find out. Yeah, well, your doctor should be able to tell you. When they look in your chart, they supposed to see all the medications that you are previously taking or presently taking. And they should know that whatever new prescription that they want to give you, whether or not it's compatible with whatever you're already taking. Your doctor should be able to tell you that once he write a prescription. If a certain southern state only grew one kind of vegetable, what could the state name be? Oklahoma. Okay, Serena. Sylvia, I said you'll be fighting critters eating your brassicas. Yeah, I am, but I'm planting them everywhere. Hopefully that I'll get something from somewhere. I do. Like up here, I'm on the second floor. Last year, I actually grew them in a window box, and they did quite well. And I did get a nice little crop. Not so much ground level, but up here, I got some. Yeah, your doctor should know. That's right. They supposed to look in your chart every time you go in the room to see the assistant or aide or whoever. They always ask you, has anything changed? Are you still taking this, that, and the third? Yeah, they should be able to catch any of that. Dark S, did you do an aphids treatment? Ladybugs can help. Just make sure there's a way for them to get outside when they get all the aphids. Yeah, because once the food supply has diminished, ladybugs take off. They don't hang around to see if you're going to get a second wave of aphids. Uh, my liver number and my blood work was out of whack. So now there's one prescription I do not take till retest in December. Okay, well, I hope everything level out. Uh-oh, here she go. Hold on, y'all. Just a minute. I don't know if I can deal with this cold, but we're going to see if we can. Me. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Do. Hey Lala. And I stopped there. Thank you, Lala. From Texas for coming in. Hey, there she go, you Ro. What's up, Ro? Ro, are you gonna join this new challenge? They got this new challenge of collards and cabbage for 20 hashtag collards and cabbage 2024. She's saying hello to everybody. Just gifted. What's up? Hello, sweetie. How are you this evening? You grow wrong just gifted. The question of the night is the way of constant recalls on food, cars, over-the-counter drugs, and etc. How have you dealt with it? Or have you ever been caught with any? Did you return it or did you throw it out? Look at Mike throwing it up again. Hashtag collards and cabbage 2024. Now, is this hydroponics, Mike, or in the garden or both? Or excuse me, can you be a little more specific? I haven't heard about that challenge. Yeah. See, Lala did it just above you. Hashtag collards and cabbage 2024. So that's what I'm asking Mike. Saying hello, just gifted saying hello to everyone in the chat. So Mike, what is it? Oh, it's hosted by Tina, growing out the box. and back to our roots. Okay. So those three. It's a challenge. But does it make a difference if it's hydroponics or in the garden? Because I know all of them plant outdoors. And like I said, everybody doesn't have the the length of time to grow all of that. So I wonder what is the last date. Sylvia said, I have not had any recall foods. If I did, I would return it to get my money back. Right. Because someone said they wouldn't return it because they didn't have a receipt. If it's on a recall list, they know you have bought it at one point in time. They're supposed to either give you credit on your credit card if that's how you pay for your food, or credit in the store, or your money back. Okay, Texas law says hydroponics are allowed. Okay, because not everybody has that long growing season. You girl said, lucky for me, I haven't been affected by any recalls. No, honey, because you do enough canning and fermenting and what have you. You don't need to do all of that. You just go out in the backyard and grab you something and bring it in and do what you do well. I'll call you my mad scientist. It's open. Starts. Okay, Mike says it officially opens and start September the 21st. Okay. Sylvia said both are allowed in the challenge. You can grow using starts and seeds. Okay. Hey, the analytic gardener. How are you? You say you're in the kitchen listening. That's all right. I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do. I had came home yesterday. I've been at my granddaughter's house the first couple of days. She got a big promotion, and right now she's out of state in training. So I've been helping her husband with the baby. And so I've been in a cooking mood. I had cooked short ribs, smothered cabbage, and jasmine rice yesterday. Oh, it was so good. And the day before, I made a big pot of chicken soup because everybody been walking around and they was sick too. I was still getting over something, so I made a big pot of chicken soup, seasoned that boy up real good. Everybody enjoyed it because his cousin's been coming over and helping out as well. So I was like, yeah, that's why he don't have to worry about cooking. And the baby's getting so big, she's walking and talking. She called me mama. She said, Mama. I was like, oh, look out. I said, you're going to have to learn how to say Nana. But she called me mama. I take that too until she can say Nana. Yeah, I want to teach her how to garden too because she's the future. She's the fifth generation. Mike, would you say start September 21st? First update is October 19th. Second update is November the 16th. And last update is November the 23rd. Prizes given Sunday after. Okay. You hear that, y'all? It starts September the 21st. It's the first update. Well, when it gets started, first update will be what? October 19th. Second update is November the 16th. And the last date will be November 23rd. And prizes will be given that Sunday afterwards. So you're going to have to do a video. Y'all know the drill. You got to show you growing it, during these updates, cutting it, showing the whole 9 yards, probably weighing it too. Mike said you must grow and show both collards and cabbage. Right. Mike said if you want any further information, check out T-Nog's Grow for the info. So when you watch the replay on that video, it will let you know everything you need to know. Say what? Miss Shirley, be on the lookout. I put a surprise in the mail for you today. For me? Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay. Now you got me all excited. Why you do that, you Ro? Ro? Why you do that? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. I love surprises. I do. I do. I anytime somebody take a second out of their day to think about me and do something nice, y'all just don't know. I get teary eyed because it's just the thought that you took time for that, and I do honestly appreciate that. Thank you, Ro. Love you, baby. Dark X was telling Serena, typo. I meant no ladybugs around in winter. The aphids find a way to be around in winter by coming indoors. Yeah. Sylvia says 11/24 is the prize date. Okay. All right. Right, Sylvia. All right. Y'all got these rules and regulations straight. And yes, if you need, verification, you want to see for sure, go check out T Nog's video where her growing out the box and back to our roots have all went in on this challenge as judges. So go ahead and check it out. Wellness for Frugal Mama said cabbages grow that fast. I have a cabbage that has been growing for almost a year. What? One cabbage that's been growing for a whole year? Is it the size of Texas? That thing got to be huge. I didn't think cabbage can. I didn't think any plant other than a tree or a shrub or a bush could grow that long. Is it edible? It's been growing for almost a year. Is it tough? I mean, can you eat it? I see. You got me curious. Why you say that, Frugal Mama? You got to give some more details for that, girlfriend. You can't just say something like that and don't think somebody got some questions. A year? Come on. It don't take that long to have a baby. Is it still in the ground? Are you going to eat it or are you just going to let it keep growing? Details, girlfriend, details. And Darkness says, I want to be in the competition because I'm growing broccoli and collards. No cabbage, though. Serena said, I planted mammoth red cabbage and bok choy cabbage seeds a week ago. Okay. Sylvia, I said, you sure it's cabbage? I want to know. She said, I don't know. Like I said, you can't drop something like that on us and don't expect us to ask questions now. Come on. You need to take a picture or do a live on that bad boy. If it's been growing for a year, I don't care what kind of vegetable it is. If it's been growing for a year, you haven't eaten it or checked it out, girlfriend, you got to take a picture, video, something. You can't come in my live and drop something like that and don't think we don't have questions. Like for real. Yeah, you got to. I don't know. We don't know either. You got to show us. Do a short or something. Do a short on it and let folks see it and let us, put in the comments what we think it is or what you something. Come on now. Got me. Yeah, she got me shook. How you gonna drop something like that? How you gonna grow something for a year in your garden? You're not eating it, you don't know what it is. It's just growing. Girl, like I said, it only take 9 months to have a baby. 10 at the longest. You say it's just growing slow. Ain't nothing that slow in the world. Even a sloth moves faster than that. In a year? Come on now. You need to do a video, something. What's that thing curious minds want to know? You got to take a picture, do a video, and ask us, do we know what this is? Is this possible? Is it edible? You got to be a little, I need some more info. Work with me here. You got to come up with something better than that. Wellness with Frugal Mama. Come on now. Texas Lala said, you have to grow both cabbage and collards for the challenge? No, that's a good question. Don't know. I don't know if it's just one or the other, or it has to be both. Darcy, I have to drop some cabbage seeds because I dropped the collards. I don't know about, I haven't grown cabbage in years, so, and I love cabbage. Yeah. Well, it's from yeah. Drop a video. Let us know something. Do some research or something. Yeah, do a video and ask us, do we know what this is? What? Because a whole year, it don't take anything. Even an elephant takes a year to have a baby. Come on, but you know what you got coming. That's what I'm saying, Sylvia. Yes, we need to see this plant. Yeah, you brought that up, girl. Mm-mm. You can't leave us hanging like that. Come in here, drop something like that, and they're like, I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You got to do better than that. Mike said Cabbage Patch Kid. Yes. Okay, Mike said it must be both. It must be cabbage and collards. Okay. Both. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. We got clarification on that. You can't just grow one without the other. Got I already dropped some collard seeds. I gotta find. Well, I got plenty of cabbage seeds. Let's see what we're gonna do about that. You don't have any collard seeds or plants. Well, if you live near a nursery, you can make a phone call before you make a trip. Check out the nurseries or even the big box stores in your area and see if they have seedlings. Because a lot of in up north, all the seeds are gone. Their seeds are normally put up by the end of May. Excuse me, April at the latest. Yeah, seeds is gone. And this year, Wally World didn't have any fruit trees and no berry bushes at all. I asked Mr. Will, who runs the garden department. He said they didn't send us nothing. And I was like, not a one. He said, nope. They had no fruit trees at this particular store. I don't know if it was other stores who was like that, but this is the closest store to me in my neighborhood. And they had no fruit trees and no berry bushes. Because normally I go in the fall, especially for the berry bushes, where I can get blueberries for like $2, $1.50 or whatever. They had nothing this year, so I worry about next year when next year get here. It's not like I don't have any. I got one, two, three. I got at least 4 blueberry bushes, so it's not like I don't have any. And I got fruit trees, so I'll worry about that later. Right now I'm working on fencing. I call um the Orange Box store today to see if they had any damaged fencing. He said I called a day too late, that he threw out all the damaged fencing that they had yesterday. Hurt my heart. He said, I'd have gave it to you. I was like, don't tell me that. I was like, take my name and number, so if you get some more, give me a call, because I'm fighting these deer with tooth and nail. Okay. Did I see Riri? Yes, I did. Hello, Riri. How are you? Uh, that's a soil NPA level matter for, but not really. They can grow just about any kind of soil. The soil that mine are in, it was not amended. It was just soil, and they just popped up. Yeah. Tell her again, Mike. Cabbage, mammoth, red cabbage. I don't have any collard seeds. Well, you can always order some from Baker's Creek or one other Etsy or MI Garden. You gonna order you some seeds? Hey, Barb Brownlee, how are you? Thank you for stopping in this evening. Appreciate you coming in. Our question for tonight was the way of constant recalls on food, cars, over the drug. How has it affected you? Have you had found any of these recalls in your home? Did you throw it out or did you take it back? Dollar store has collard seeds. Not my neighborhood, Mike. I've been to several Dollar Trees, and like I said, up north, all that stuff is marked down and gotten rid of real quick. They'll mark down those seeds to like a quarter, or no, 10 cent, and just somebody coming in and buy them all. Because most of the shelves I seen when I went in the Dollar Tree, they only had a handful of stuff that people didn't want, like pumpkins and a few other things. Everything else was gone, even the flowers. We would say, I'm afraid to purchase any lunch meat for our sandwiches with all the recalls for listeria. Yeah. What was that? Boar's Head. Uh, they had a big recall on their meat. Yes, it was a lot of recalls just for to just for this month and the last couple of weeks. There's been a bunch of recalls. It's ridiculous how many recalls keep popping up. But like I said, they always pop up after people have made these purchases. The same day that they find out these recalls, you would think they would put out a PSA, but they don't. Okay, hasn't affected me at all. You was fortunate. Got a week before the first video needs to be dropped. Okay. So it's enough time to drop some seeds and see if they start to germinate. Because we're in the warm, right now the ground is still kind of warm. So they might pop up in about 3 or 4 days. Now, determining on how the rest of your weather is will determine how fast they will grow once they break through the ground. Because like I said, we've had so many ups and downs and topsy-turvy on our temperatures. They may pop up in like 3 or 4 days, and if the temperature doesn't do a drastic drop of 30 degrees that might put your seedlings into shock, then they might just keep growing and you might be okay. And then in another case, it might take them out. Because like I said, we've had from 93 degrees to 88 degrees to 75 degrees to 50 degrees to 40 degrees. Now we're back up again to the 80s again. So your plants don't know sometimes if they're coming or going. So it's hard to say that people who have a longer growing season, even though they set up a specific time limit to grow certain things, if ours will get to flourishing enough to really get into the contest. But it's a nice challenge though for this time of the year. So go for it. Psalms 146 said, oh, wait a minute. The concerning part about even one brand being recalled is that all the brands get sliced on the same machine in the store. So one brand can cross contaminate everything. Sure. Yep. Yep. Yes, they can. And that's the truth. But if they don't know that these things are being recalled until after they come snatching them out the coolers and stuff, you can't blame the employees. Mike, I just watched your greedy squirrel eating bird feed for 10 minutes. Yeah, PIA, isn't it funny with his tail in the water bowl? He don't even care his butt wet. He just want to eat. Yeah, Serena. Yeah, you got to go by the rules that's set. You can't alter them yourself, and you have to go by what's set, period. Psalms 146 says, then the person slicing the meat goes and touches the cheeses too. Yeah, they touching everything in the counter. But you know one thing, when I go into certain places and I see they wear gloves, And once they finish with their customer, I said, "Can you put on a clean pair of gloves, please?" They look at you. Somebody said something once. I said, "I'm allergic to what you was touched with hers." And it's like, "Oh," and they changed him. I shouldn't have to say anything, but if he wanted a reason, I gave him one. Yeah, Mike, you and your squirrel is hilarious. I ain't kidding, Mike. You should make a little circus of your squirrels. I just say the tightrope with the little bicycle. They could get on the bicycle, ride across the tightrope. Let them earn them nuts and bird seed. Yeah, let them do tricks. Mike said the video I dropped Tuesday, you could see them sit right next to me at my feet, etc. They're funny. That's because they're used to you. They see you all the time. They know that, you putting the food out for them. So therefore, they're not afraid of you. They consider you a friend. They don't consider you a foe. What do you call the boss at a dairy? The big cheese. Okay, Serena. That was cute. Excuse me. So yeah, so like I said, it's not just food that we have to worry about. We have to worry about our cars too. All these recall calls on parts on some of these cars that's not working back, just causing crashes and accidents. Some of them are fatal. And then you got your medications that they mixing up, putting them in the wrong bottles, or somebody slipping something in them. You're almost scared when you go into the store. You get kind of paranoid that when you go out shopping for whatever, you know, you check out stuff, and if you get the feeling something's not right, go with your gut because it's letting you know that whatever you're thinking is right, and it might save your life. So yeah. What? I'm on my live. Mike, you hear your girl? What? What do you want? I'm not picking you up now. It's no, no. We're not gonna play. No, Annie, we're not playing. Not now. Lord, your child wants to play. What? Yep, baby clothes too. Yeah, that they were flammable or something that would break the baby out. Which pepper is haunted? Ghost pepper. Well, what was the recall on baby clothes? Yeah. What? She about to jump in my lap. Well, you came over here. You came over here bothering me. I wasn't bothering you. I'm doing my life right now. Do you mind? Huh? Annie, say hi to the people. Uh, Sylvia, I say, stay away from the deli. Make it at home. Smoke a turkey, chicken, roast. You kind of know what's in it. Oh yeah, something about fireproofing. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. No, this is not the first time they've had a recall on kids' PJs or clothes that are flammable, and they don't have to be next to a source of heat in order for them to catch on fire. That's the killing part about it. Why would you make PJs for any child flammable? What kind of materials are you using or chemicals in these materials that would make these clothes flammable? Anything is pretty much flammable, but when it becomes highly flammable, there's something that's not right about that any way you look at it. Yeah, she got attitude now because I wouldn't. Yeah, she kept rubbing up against my foot. I've been rubbing her with my foot. She came over here and I put my foot down and she got mad. Not impacted by recalls so far, but was impacted by frozen chicken tenders a few years ago. The store called me to return all for a full refund. Luckily, they were in my freezer. Wow. So you must have paid by credit card, or either you was a regular customer for them to contact you to let you know that you had bought certain items from their store and act like your dog. Yeah. I was on the phone one day talking to the phone company trying to get something straight on my bill, and she got really loud. That was soft. I mean, she got really boisterous. And the young lady on the other end, the rep, she just bust out laughing. She said, "Is that your cat?" I was like, "Yeah, it's her playtime, and you're interrupting it." She said, "Ooh, she's salty." I was like, "Yeah, she good and salty." She was loud for a minute. I had to pull out the squirt bottle for her to back up. Yeah, she was really PO'd that day. Yeah, she's spoiled. Barb, no boneless meat. Yeah, yeah. I've really been trying to impress on my friends that if it don't have a bone in it, don't buy it. No, steaks, pork chops, chicken. If it don't have a bone in it, don't buy it because you don't know what you're really buying. They got so much stuff that they doing in the laboratories. You see all these AIs they got out here now. It's scary. They're running out of things to do and they're inventing stuff that has really no value to it. Uh, it's just weird, you know. It's like you're trying to replace mankind or something. Man has become so bored, and he's taking the good into an area that's not really good for all, just for whatever idea that they come up with. It's just spooky. Psalm says Annie is acting like me when my husband get tired of playing with my hair. Oh, yeah. I can't cross my legs because if I put my foot up, she comes and get right up under my foot, that head, get to going like this. Because I'll take my foot and start rubbing her back and scratching. Oh, yeah, she's spoiled. I might say pause. I wasn't going to say that, Mike. You just had to say something. You just left it alone. Just going down to the next person. Exactly. uh, Serena says, I have a sunflower blooming is supposed to be a mammoth sunflower, but it's only maybe 4 or 5 inches around. Okay. Yeah. Oh, when I told my granddaughter that my great grandbaby Gigi was spoiled, she said she's not spoiled. She's just loved. I was like, why are you hating on the word spoiled? She is spoiled. Oh, she got this little thing now where if she can't have her way, oh, she just bust out hollering. Oh, drama queen. Oh my God. What did she do? She did something. Oh, she bit me. That's what it is. I got a bruise. She bit me on my leg. And when she sat up and looked at me, and I had the look on my face like, you just bit me. I said, you don't bite Nana. I was like, what if I bite you? All of a sudden she like, and I was like, shut up. I was like, why are you crying when you bit me? That hurt. I was like, she got mad because she got scolded, but I'm the one in pain. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. We ain't doing this drama queen. I said, just shut up. She stopped and looked at me. I said, I ain't playing with you. You bit me. I didn't bite you. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, we got a drama queen. Riri said that was very well spoken. That is exactly what's happening. They are creating things that have no value whatsoever, and everything looks weird and futuristic. Yeah, I peeped that a long time ago. You know how you say keep your distance on certain things, just some things that just is not meant for you, and you leave them alone. Yeah. Point of having a sister is teasing. Yeah. Is that what that is, Mike? All right. I don't mess with my sister. My sister now is like day and night. I'm loud, fun loving, and she's quiet and very demure. I be like, come on, come on. And she be looking at me like, I'll be like, really? Okay. I love my sister, but she's no fun. She's no fun. I'd rather hang with my brothers because we be doing everything. My sister, let us stay home. Port of having is no, it's not. Yeah, this weather's been all over the place. I know. Who you telling, Mike? They were like a little razor. I ain't kidding. She bit me twice. Not once, Mike, twice. She bit me on one leg, and then she leaned over across my lap. I thought she was laying down, and she bit me again. That's when I went off on her. The first time I looked at her, I was like, don't do that again. And she laid across my lap, thought I forgot about it, and bit me again. I was like, where you get this biting from? So, because see, last time she bit me, I bit her back. And my granddaughter got really pissed at me. I didn't care, but she bit me and it hurt. And I bit her back to let her know that hurt. I didn't think she would bite me again, but she still did. She bit me not once, she bit me twice. I was like, bite me. I told her, I looked at her. I looked her dead in the face. I said, bite me one more time. She ain't bite me no more. Yeah, they sharp. Don't come over here. No. Rubbing your nose up against my hand. She back. Be careful, brother. Us women don't forget. If you tease today, you'll get revenge when you least expect it. Ain't that the truth? Look at Mike. Like you ain't got the good sister good Lord gave you. Oh, your wife keep you around just to make sure the rest of the world is safe. Cause you ain't got a lick of sense. What? Huh? What? No. Say hi to Mike. Say hi, Mike. Oh, now you're not talking. A minute ago, you was trying to tell me about you and who else. I don't know who else. Why are you sitting here looking at me? I tell you, pets. I don't even know how to put it in words. I love this cat. I do. But she just as finicky can be. Oh my goodness. Serena says, anyone here from the Bronx? And if so, any idea what happened with the elephant from the Bronx Zoo? Okay. Did you Google it, Serena? Because it would tell you if the elephant died or still alive or sick or whatever. Yeah. What? She's back, Mike. She keep walking away and coming back, walking away and coming back. They actually had a recall on cat food, and I actually had a couple of cans. And I wasn't going to make a trip back to the store just for cans of cat food. I threw it away. Yeah, they had recall on dog food. It was actually killing dogs. The food that was in it, I mean, it wasn't making them sick. It was actually killing them. It was some kind of plastic coating or something that they had on the food, and it was swelling up in the dogs' bellies and killing them. And it was the same thing with cat food. It was something that was sprayed on the cat food, and it was killing people's cats left and right. So it's not just human consumption. Anything that can eat. Uh, Remember, was it last year or early part of the year? People were having problems with chicken feed, It was killing the chickens, or the chickens, it stopped the chickens from laying eggs. The people had to change up their brands of chicken feed or where they bought it at. So it's not just us, it's anything that has a way of consuming, whether it's on two legs or four legs, you know, or two claws or whatever. It was affecting everybody in every different way, because I know who was that, Homestead Heart. They were having a lot of problems about their chickens had just completely stopped laying eggs behind the feed. And once they changed the feed, got it from a different place, the chickens started laying eggs again. So they will attack us in any form or fashion. You just don't know which way it's going to come. Mike saying, you remember that? Yeah, it was terrible. I have maybe 5 carrots that actually are growing since April. Should I wait until spring to harvest them so they will be sweeter? That's not guaranteed that they will be sweeter. And it's not guaranteed that they won't rot before spring. So don't know what to tell you on that one. Google it, Serena. You got the wide world of the internet. You could type in carrots. If you know the variety or brand of carrot, you could type that specific brand in your Google search. It will bring it up and tell you how long it should take it from planting the seed to its maturity, how long it will take it, whether it can be overwintered, whether it has storage ability, or whether it will be sweeter after a frost. It will give you all the details you need about whatever fruit that you type in there. So take the time, type in all these different fruits and vegetables that you're asking about, and be specific if you can, and then get you a notebook and write the information down. So if you should grow that particular variety again, you'll know the characteristics in case you lose the package that the seeds originally came in. That's my suggestion to you about all these questions you got about all these different fruits and vegetables. Put in your grow zone and then ask the question. Get your notebook. I got so many notebooks around here, I look like a library. As a matter of fact, I just bought a new one so I could take notes in. Brand new one I got the other day from the Dollar Tree. So, I got notebooks and pens and pencils and all kinds of stuff. So when I see certain stuff and I want to know about it, or I know I'm not going to remember that information, I jot it down. Yeah, card journal or whatever. Because even though we have a lot of gardeners in these chats, doesn't mean that we're all growing the same variety or the same thing. Like I'm growing collards, but I'm growing Georgia collards. But I'm also growing Vats collards and Champion collards and another collard I never heard before. Someone sent me seeds. I don't remember the name of it. Whereas someone else might not be growing any of those kind of collards. They might have another variety that they might be growing. Same way with cabbage. There's so many different varieties of cabbages. They're not all growing the same thing. They don't always have the same number of days to maturity or to germination or to size or what have you. Everything is different. So therefore, you go accordingly. So if you don't have all the instructions, like someone will send you a gift of cabbage, but they had the name of the cabbage on there, but you don't know the characteristics. You can go into your Google search, type that in. It will pretty much give you all the information. Will even give you a picture of what the cabbage looks like. So take the time to sit down, take a notebook, pen and paper, and ask these questions to Google and write this information down. Uh, Greasy collards. Yep, I've heard of that one too. Oh, and I also have tree collards. Yeah, that I'm growing. Yeah, so it's a lot of different varieties. Okay, you keep coming by me. Look, Mike, you see your child? Don't act like you know. Why are you looking around now? You see your child? You see her? Look at her. She's rotten. She's spoiled. She'll lay up here like this in my arms all night long. I'm putting you down. Oh, she's getting heavy too. Whew. All right. Yeah, that was your child, Mike. What do soil scientists read to get their news? The compost. Okay. My journal, Miss J.K. Gardner says, my journal is essential to my growing journal each season. Very helpful. What do plants drink at social gatherings? Compost tea. You grow raw. I just bought seeds for a dwarf cabbage. I didn't realize they were so many dwarf varieties. And that's what I'm saying. When we start doing research on certain vegetables, you never realize just how many varieties of that vegetable that there is, from the giant to the mammoth to the dwarf to the mini to the tiny, and they have them in all different sizes, shapes, and colors. Some are dark green, some are lime green, some are so light in color they almost look white. Some look yellowish. It's amazing. I was sitting and I was getting some information on some Chinese cabbage. Somebody sent me some seeds for that, and I was like, "Ooh, I love the shape, I love the size, and I love cabbage. I have to have cabbage at least once a week. I'm sorry, that's how much I love cabbage." And I had my cabbage yesterday, and I was like, "I wonder what this tastes like. Will I like it better cooked the way I do it when I saute it with like onions and bell pepper and garlic and what have you, or will I like it in a stir fry, with other veggies and eggs and stuff almost, and with some rice, uh, you know, since it's a Chinese cabbage with it, Chinese, cooking, would I like that? So yeah, I wonder about that. No, Ro, from seed. I'm a seed addict. Yeah, and see, you guys, you grow so well. You and Mike grow so well in a hydroponics. So for you guys to grow dwarf and tiny stuff in your hydroponics, it's amazing how healthy and well uh, you guys do that and make it look so easy. You know. Uh, so Serena wants to know, Mike, how many different varieties of plants do you grow hydroponically and outside or in pots? Might sound BC shopping after the live. I'm surprised you're not doing it now. Like when you watching Presbyterian, she'll be talking to you, then she'll be on her laptop and she's like, if I ask this question, I'm gonna have to check this information down. She dee, 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 Oh yeah. Someone like Ro. Ro, I'm surprised you haven't told us of anybody that's having a discount on seeds, because normally you've been dropping some names of some of these companies, you know what I'm saying? I know you weak, Mike. Me too. I just thought I'd give it a try because normal size cabbage gives me problems because I want to be acting up. Ain't that the truth? Like I said, sometimes we can have a 25, 30-degree drop in the temperature overnight, end up with a frost. Might have been 75 during the day and drop to 40 at night. That's what I'm saying. Our plants be in shock. They don't know whether to shut down for the winter months or perk up and produce or push out something. Like I got figs on my Chicago fig. I don't know if they're gonna make it. I know last year they actually finished ripening in the basement, but I didn't want them to. I wanted them to get all that vitamin D naturally outside and not under the grow lights so that I can really enjoy them. But this weather's been so crazy. My Italian fig is healthy. My black mission is healthy, but they haven't produced not one fig. So maybe next year. Mike says, I got 30 grow bags and 2 8x4 beds and 2. Is that, what is that? Shelter raised beds. I don't know if that's the right word or not. Oh my goodness. I'm not even going to read that. See, that's why my cabbage been growing for so long. See, that's why my cabbage. I don't care, Frugal Mama. Nobody's cabbage grows for a year. I don't care what country you from, what part of the world, unless you from another planet. There's no veggie out here I know takes a year to grow. You got to do a video, take a picture, something, a short something. You got to show us this veggie, because I'm sorry. I'm not feeling that. No. A year? Come on. I remember that eating. My Renaissance mama was talking about the Greek mountain mint, and probably everybody in the chat that went and put it in our carts during the live. Yeah. And that's another thing about us. When we hear about certain things, we will sell them out within an hour, either during the chat or after the chat, because everybody's then either wrote it down or they already then went on their phones if they're on a separate device, and then put it in their cart, be ready to hit that button. Mike said, oh, and 3 Buzzy raised beds and a metal wash tub. Okay. I never heard of that, Mike. See, now you're going to have me looking that up. Is that Keter? It's a brand of raised bed self-watering. Oh, self-watering. That's nice. It's not the ones that we saw where you was draining the water off of them after that big heavy rain. You had the spout cover off, and they was draining water out of. I remember seeing those tall beds. I remember that video. Now that you said that, when you said self-watering, then it hit me. Yeah, from watching your video. Laura said, my figs have not produced, but my sorrel is flowering. Oh, okay. Who's I watching today? Asia, Yellow Door, showing us that. And who's also CC, showing us the sorrow. Everybody growing sorrow this year. Sorrow and blue butterfly pea. Y'all been showing up and showing out on both of those. Everybody's growing that Jamaican sorrow. I'm proud of y'all though. I ain't mad at you. One day I want to be like y'all. I want to get to grow some of this stuff before the deer and the raccoons and the groundhog devour. All right, I have a kale plant that never bolted, even when the heat index was over 100. That's nice. Yeah. So I'm saying hello to everybody. She's saying hello to everybody she have missed. She said, I'm not ignoring anybody, just doing housework. Oh, yeah. Laura said, I need some blue butterfly pea. Yeah. Yeah. I got a few seeds. I'm going to try that. I need some more moringa. Yeah. All my moringa that the seeds I got from Hudson, they all germinated. It's just that they got to a certain point, then it got cold. They don't like the cold at all. I could never get my cabbage to form heads properly. I did it. I got it once. They went to fruition, and it was so good. Oh my goodness. It was so sweet and tender. Yeah. That blue butterfly pedo is the bomb. T-Nog sent me the seeds and the flowers so I could make my own personal tea. And I made some for myself and my granddaughter. And she's like, Graham, what's this? She's like, I like this. I was like, yeah. And I put some of J3's honey in it as a sweetener. Oh, it was popping. It was on point. The analytic gardener says hello to everyone still in the kitchen. Girl, still in the kitchen. What is you cooking? What you making up? A Thanksgiving feast? You been in there burning that tough? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Why are you sitting here looking at me? Mike, tell your girl to behave. Now she's sitting at my feet just staring at me. Them big green eyes. Just sitting here looking at me. Why? No, it's not time to play. Oh, I guess it is. It's been 2 hours. Oh my goodness, y'all. I thank y'all so much for coming in and watching me. It's past 2 hours. Thank you so much for coming in this evening. Good night, Laura's Garden. Good night, Miss J.K. Gardner. Good night, you Grow Row. Good night, the Analytic Gardener. Good night, Mike's Chaotic Gardener. Good night, Barb Brownlee. Good night, Serena Norrell. Good night, Wellness for Frugal Mama. Good night, Texas Lala. Good night to all the good friends I have that comes to see me every week. I really appreciate you. I'm Miss Shirley, the OG Gardener, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B. And as I always say, show me that you like me just a little bit. Hit that like button and also hit that notification bell so that you will be notified of any new videos that I might upload that you might enjoy watching. As I always say, enjoy your day and come back next Thursday, 7 Eastern Standard Time. As I always say, y'all come back now. You hear?